Your presence brings us peace, joy, and happiness. Now, we would like to welcome you with some. Here we go.
This is our family. This is our home. This is our family. You are welcome home. Welcome. 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 Life can be so thrilling if you only are and every time we are meeting, the message keeps on repeating. And let us spread the good news everywhere. And let us spread the good news everywhere. This is our family. This is our family. This is our home. This is our family. You are welcome home. Welcome. 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 We welcome you. Life can be so awesome if you only are willing. A simple way of life to share, a simple way to give. Life can be so awesome if you only are willing. A simple way of life to share, a simple way to give. And every time we are getting, the message keeps on repeating. And let us give the good news everywhere. Let us give the good news everywhere. This is our family. This is our home. This is our family. You are welcome home.
Now we have words from Father Jason, Director of Good Shepherd Seminary.
With great honor and happiness, I stand here to welcome our lay leaders, with Sir Joni Romme and all the CAN team members, with Madam Grita and all Mothers Association team members, and with Dr. Lawrence and Catherine and all the youth team members. It's the first time we are being visited by such a high-level delegation, and our happiness knows no bounds actually. We are so honored so humbled to have you here with us, first for the worship session with us and now for this brief interaction. I'm not going to give you a message or anything. We are all ears. We would like to listen to you. We would just like to tell you that we are so happy to have you. And you know, all of us, we are 69 of us here, brothers, from all over Northeast and from even outside Northeast. We have brothers from Calcutta and Nagpur diocese as well. And from this year onwards, we have even some religious congregations. We have tradition brothers also with us. So we are a big community, and it's such a great joy for us to have you here. Without much ado, I would leave the time for all of you. We are so happy to have you. Welcome and have an enjoyable time with us. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you, dear Father, for your wonderful words. Being the year of Saint Joseph, we would like to present to you a choir piece named Saint Joseph the Protector. Now we have a speech from the President of Catholic Associations of Nagaland, followed by choir piece by Nagaland Catholic Women Association, which will then be followed by speech from Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement and solo. Now I call the President of Catholic Associations of Nagaland.
Good morning. Good morning, Father Rector Station, one of the active rector. As I know Father Rector, when he was doing his theologate, and we were doing our philosopher here, we thought that philosophers are greater than the theologians. So we said, let us challenge a volleyball match. And we never knew that these theologians who came from Shillong for a holiday, they are stronger than us. And Father has really smashed us. He's a very good sportsman. I know of him. Father James, our administrator, I know Father James used to be so agile with the Chumukidima St. Joseph Parish environment. And if Father James walk into the St. Joseph Chumukidima Parish, he disappears because he is so much of the, parish, it's like salt in the water. And Father John, I think as I know of him, whenever we meet him, especially in cathedral for our, diocesan level priest get together or Christmas, I used to see him of a very devout priest walking with, their dress, and I thought he's a Jesuit guy. Yeah, I thought he's a Jesuit nun. So Father John, and to the brothers, I don't know whether you still have the custom of having here the dean and what is that? Spiritual director. And also the beadle. You still have the beadle? Yes. Yeah, to the brother beadle and all the brothers. Thank you so very much for the welcoming program that you have given. I think even the prayer, the welcome song, this is your home. I think that makes us very homely here. And I also thank Madam Rita, the president of NCWA. In fact, we had a team to visit the seminaries, and we already constituted a team. But because of this pandemic and all the things, we were distracted. And during the Catechist Conclave, the last few days in Chumukudima Parish, Madam Rita came and told me, "Oh sir, we have to visit now. We are not visiting yet." Then suddenly I realized, yes, I think I took that when I was in the Mass today. I was looking back, and that must be the voice of the angels, through Madam Rita coming and inspiring, whispering to our ears again. And with that, with the voice of that Madam Rita, we were all here today, this morning. The Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement, Dr. Lawrence, the other day I was also talking, the NCWA team, the Dr. Lawrence, the president of NCYM team, and the CAN team, we're very grateful. All of us are here, and we are very happy that we could come and see all the brothers here. In fact, like the wise men from the east, we did not bring gold and silver to offer you, but we came with a lot of love, which may not be seen, but which may be felt. Father Rector has given us a very good homily today. And when I say, Father, thank you for the homily, he was telling to me that that is not for us. It is for the brothers who would be following the steps tomorrow. But I think we also find part of ourselves in that one. There was a Father Rector, let us say Father Rector, or maybe parish priest, who was speaking about denouncing alcohol, drinking. No? If I have all the beers today, I will throw all into the river. And if I have all the wines of the world, I will throw it, pour it into the river. And all the whiskeys. So he was so excited and preaching. Then at the end of the preaching, the choir master, maybe like the brother who was very good, the father was telling to me, the choir master stood up. Let us all stand up and sing hymn number 365, Gathering on the River Bank. So, brothers, and of course, Father Rector, we are here today to share our thoughts. That is, it is very easy for the ladies, especially us, to say that this priest is not doing well. But it is very difficult to live that so-called priesthood life. And in these days, it is all the more difficult because I'm told by Father Rector that from this year onwards, brothers are allowed to use this mobile, the small device in our pocket or in our palm. Because of this technology today, the information shared moves from small village to the entire globe. And just in few seconds, which we never knew. When Father Thangachan was a Dean of Studies, he was the one who taught us how to enter into computer. And those days we used to have some like the olden TV like computer, you know, PC, personal computer, big one, black and white. And in order to open that, we need to enter a lot of code words, dot, 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 not slash, many things. Only then it will take you to inside the computer, and we opened the Word file to type our thesis during our philosophy. Now, those days has gone, when we never knew that it will be like that. Those days we used to be talking that internet is going to come. Therefore, brothers, today, because of this so-called internet, being a priest, evangelizing the faithful at this time and age, it's going to be difficult. More than before. Because every kid today has better information than we were when we were learning A for apple and B for boy. My boy speaks about how he wants to experiment cockroach taking to space. If that cockroach can evolve, then human beings should be able to evolve in space. My kids, he's telling to me because he's listening to Elon Musk in the YouTube, which I never knew. And these kids are going to grow up, they are more well informed than we were when we were learning A for apple, B for boy. And you brothers, tomorrow you are going to be pastoring these people. They know the information. The only piece of information that you can give is the message of love from that Christ. And in order to give that message from that Christ, if we do not have a personal encounter, conviction with that person of Christ, it will be very important. It will be quite impossible for us to be touching the pulse of those kids and generations who will grow up with more informed than we do. It's a challenge. And again, we the ladies who are here wanted to tell you again that it is not easy to live a priesthood life today than ever before. Because brothers are given these days to be access to the internet. In the internet platform, you can get anything and everything that you look for. You can get access to a very prolific information. You can get access to very profane information, depending on where your finger in your mind goes. So these are the days where the good and the bad, the cities of, what is that, the tale of two cities is available in the world of internet. And I believe Father Rector, Father Zason can promote. The Catholic Church used to be one of the first church or the voice of the people. Today we were singing rock music. It is because of the Gregorian music that we sang in the church. That is how the Western music began. So the entire evolvement or evolution of Western civilization is from the church. The so-called, we will call it not the other church. I'm a proud Roman Catholic, so Roman Catholic. From the Roman Catholic Church, the civilization of the Western world evolved. So likewise, we have eco-theology, which is caring for God's creation. I'm sure Father Jason and everyone, Father James, Father John, all of them studied that eco-theology during their theologate. I believe this is the time for us to start theology of the internet. Theology of the internet. Why? This generation is very different. The field of evangelization is not ever the same as yesterday. Therefore, internet has become the field of evangelizations. As we speak of today, in the Catholic Association of Nagaland YouTube channel, it is going live and thousands of people who are not with us are watching. And if my friend, if I were to send a link to the guy who is in the US, he would be listening too. It's what we are talking today. The good songs that the brothers has presented has all been live telecasting. And if these were 10 years ago, in order to telecast live, we would have brought how many crew members? With big camera, the crew members, around 10, 20 of them will be sitting here. We will have these coming in. And this is the power of the internet today. And therefore the field of our evangelization today is going to be in the internet. Therefore, Good Shepherd Seminary Rector should prepare a paper on the theology of the internet and present it there as part of our syllabus to study for the brothers. The single tweet of God's message can travel across the world if you brothers, when you use your mobile phone, if you tweet it can go to the entire globe in few seconds, sitting here in Good Shepherd Seminary. There is a greater need for filtered messages to reach to the generations. And who is going to do this? When you become priests tomorrow, you will have to filter the unfiltered messages which is populated in the internet, and you are supposed to filter those messages and give out to this generation. As we sit here, and I'm sure some of you must be still wondering, as I used to be, I also lived here in this home, and we still find our hearts being raised in gratitude to God. Each time I walk into this chapel, this is my second time I visited again. Late Bishop Abraham, with his far-sightedness, those days we didn't comprehend. Many priests, even in this diocese, could not comprehend the plan or the vision of Bishop late Abraham. And this same building that we are here today is the handiwork of late Bishop Abraham. And in the same chapel, in the same pews, in the same altar, many brothers have served, many brothers have knelt, and today they are administrating the Holy Eucharistic across the land and breadth of maybe India. Even some brothers used to come from Kolkata diocese, and I'm sure some of them are priests and now serving the Lord. So this building is the fruit of our late Bishop Abraham, and each time we are here, we raise our heart. And in fact, the main door of this auditorium, this door has been standing since the beginning of this building. So it is very important for us to know that this building is like a treasure. Whoever comes to hunt here, rightfully, they are blessed rightfully. Therefore, brothers, as you stay here, it may not be that all of you will become priests, but it will be very important that you live a very contented life as an individual person. Even if you are called to be a priest tomorrow, I think it is very important that you live that priesthood with a lot of satisfactions in our minds. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." I think it is very important discerning that plans God has for each of us is very, very crucial to live life after you pass out your philosophy. You'll be moving on maybe to your practical residency, to your theologate, and later on ordained as deacons and priests. And that journey that is ahead of you, discerning that gift is very important. And brothers, I think when we study philosophy, and at the same time when we live our life, it is very important for us to learn that Christ. And I'm sure Father Jason will certainly tell me, Father James will tell me, Father John will tell me, today John and James, they came, not these two fathers, not these two fathers, but the John and the James of the disciples, they came and asked that they want to sit one at the left and the right, no? Not these two priests, of course. In order to sit at the left and the right, I think it is going to be very equal that you are going to say Mass every morning. And brothers, I tell you, I reflect myself that how priests could say that. if you do not have your personal touch and the conviction or your relationship with that Christ, and I'm telling to you, the Holy Eucharistic celebration that you would be saying every morning in your life till you die, when you become priest, would become very monotonous. But the Holy Eucharistic celebration will be truly a celebration if you have that personal conviction with that Christ. I think above all that we would be doing, that is the most centric point. And it is going to give you that satisfaction being a priest. And in order to be satisfied priest, we need to also relate that satisfaction to this very well-informed generations that we are living with. So I say again, it is all the more a challenge than ever before. While talking about difficulties alone, these camp people and the mothers and the youth came and told us that it will be like this, and if some brothers leave tomorrow, Father Rector will never welcome us again, and we will never hear that song, "Welcome, this is your home." No? So I don't want to do that, but we also have a hope. Isaiah says, 45:3, I give you the treasure of darkness and riches hidden in secret places, so that you may know that it is I, the Lord, the God of Israel, who call you by your name. Very important. And I believe very personally in my life that God who called me goes before me. And brothers, the God who called you will certainly go before you. I never imagined, today when I came back, I live now in my small hut in the Razafe. I thought I'll come back this route. At least when I hit Rangapahar, and I know I'll get a boom feeling, because that is the path that I used to come down to Rangapahar, to our Nepalese and Hindus community there for our oratory. And that really awakened my inner spirits. And I felt even in the morning that that God who called me has been moving before me. So likewise, brothers, that God, when you go back to different dioceses that you are here, that God will always go before you, no matter what. So we should have that hope. And thank you very much, Father Rector. Of course, our youth will speak, our mothers will sing also. They are also a very good singer. So brothers, please kindly listen. And once again, brothers, we came here not with like the three wise men from the east, but we came here with only love. And I wish you, the brothers who are in the first years, in the second years, in the third year, that this life in Good Shepherd Seminary is going to be the best life that you are going to encounter. Don't think that when you go to Theologiate, you will have more fun. No. Theologiate, you will say your skin will change, and you will never enjoy as you are enjoying. Therefore, if you want to become the best, please mark my word, best version of yourself, Good Shepherd Seminary is the right place for you to make the best version of yourself. I am because of this seminary. You will never get anywhere in the world the type of training that we have. Books are there. Father rectors, deans, administrators, father administrators are here to support you, to see your well-being. You will have to read, reflect. The philosophers who comes and tells us, reflect, look back. And this is the right place. And brothers, as we move around, as we move on, the other day, I often go to the Silicon Valley. We have our Singularity University in Silicon Valley in NASA. We heard about NASA, right? NASA Research Park. In the year 2018, all the scientists from all over the world, we were there. And in the year 2013, there was a ship called Dolly. I'm sure Father Rector, Father James, and Father John will know. That was the first ever ship to be cloned. It was created taking the DNA of a ship. The scientists are creating it from the tube, and that ship was named as Dolly. And the same scientist who made that cloning of the ship Dolly was with us. And we were interacting with how we can change the human DNA to be more tolerant, more intelligent, to resistant to many diseases. And I was the only one who said, I think it is too early for us to be opening the book of life. We are not matured enough. We cannot become like God. Philosophers, Soren Kierkegaard, Nietzsche, William, Immanuel Kant, all these philosophers will be bringing different philosophies which will really guide us. I'm still reading back my philosophy notes that I'm writing down, which is covered by newspapers, you know. Those days we don't have, so we spare by ourselves and then we covered by newspapers. I still have that notes and I read my philosophy 4. Now, Father, if I'm not mistaken, it is a moral philosophy notes. I go back to the principle of situation ethics to apply it into our life that we are living today. So this is the right place for you to become the best version of yourself. Father Rector, you will not get this. During our time, there were all the priests, because Father Inke George was here, our rector, and we complained, brothers, don't philosophize too much also. Because we were complaining here in the same room that the size of the omelette is smaller. And then Father Inke George, he replied, brothers, I do not have control over the chickens. So we were doing that. So I have many things to share. It is a joy for us to come back, especially for me personally, and I'm sure all the members of the lay organizations who are here with us also could certainly feel proud to be here, but especially for me personally, it's a homecoming each time I came here and think of Good Shepherd Seminary, and you are blessed to have Father Jason, Father James, Father John. Father James is a very meek and humble servant, so don't bully him too much. And Father Rector will have a lot of thought-provoking messages. He's a very active father, priest. Okay, wherever he goes, he has been, even during his brother days, as I was telling to you, volleyball, he smashed us like anything in that, ground. So be careful. They are all here to guide you, and you're blessed to have this 3 person. And I'm sure Father Spiritual Director is here. Make use of that Spiritual Director as well. Father Alex used to be here, not Father? Yes. Father Alex, before I left for my residency, he has given me a book called Wounded Healer. Wounded Healer is written by Henry Newman. And I'm still having that book. And each time I turned the pages of that book, I could see the face of Father Alex, who was our spiritual director. Those days, I was also a little radical and then going forth and back, and that's how I'm standing here. Otherwise, I'll be wearing like Father Rector. And Father Rector told us that you are 69 of us, including 4 priests, then you are 71 members in this seminary. We did not bring anything on behalf of the NCWA, NCYM and Ken. I would like to humbly request our Father Rector to receive a small package of love that we bring to you. Maybe perhaps we can recharge mobile and send a good, gospel tweets around the world. For that, we would like Father Rector to please kindly stand up and accept our token of love. Thank you so very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you, Mr. President, for your words of encouragement and love. We value your inspiring and valuable advice. Now we give time to Miss Catherine.
Many are chosen, but few are selected. Good morning, dear Father Jason, Father James, Father John Luchoy, and our Father Spiritual Director, who is not here with us now, and my dear young brothers. We are from Lady Association. I would like to give a short introduction to all of you here. We are here with 17 members. May I request all of you to kindly stand up from your seat and show your face to our dear brothers. We are also told that not only the uniformed people like Father Jason, Father James, and Father John, they can go for ministry. We are also told that even people like us, wearing these clothes, we can also continue our mission for the glory of God. So once again, thank you so very much for giving a hearty welcome, filling us, let us allow us to be in your midst with a homecoming feeling, as our president has already said. I would also want to say that since our president is from disaster management, we are the quick response team here with you. So these are our crew here. And yes, like I said, many are chosen, but few are selected. So my dear young brothers, I also want to appeal this to all of you that after seeing your performance here over the stage, we are really touched. Some of our mothers were in tears. Our hearts are melted, and we feel very homely being with you here. And this came to my mind as I was also sharing there at Catechist Conclave. I wanted to give this Bible verse to all of you. You are not new to this, but from Lady side, I would like to read for all of you. Luke 21:19. By your patient endurance, you will gain your soul. So this is the Bible verse which I wanted to give to all of you today at this moment. And yes, our president has already said that we are not wise men from those Jesus days. We are one of you, your brothers, your sisters, your mothers, and maybe your daddy age must be here. Some of us are that, and yes, we are here with full of love. We came with love, and we came to say thank you so very much for all the sacrifices, for choosing this path for the glory of God. So now, without wasting much time, I would invite our president NCYM, Dr. Lawrence, to kindly come and take his time. Over to you, Doctor.
A very good morning. Respected Father Jason, Father James, Father John, President Ken, Sir Johnny and his colleague, respected Madam Rita Chumi, President NCWA and her colleagues, and my colleagues, Mr. Anthony, and my dear brothers of this seminary. I, on behalf of the Office of Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement, bring warm greetings, and above all, I thank God for giving us this opportunity, blessing us with good health to come together in this very manner. Before I go with my short sharing, I feel like this is the right platform. So I, on behalf of our brothers NCWA, would like to specially congratulate our Catholic Association of Nagaland, headed by President Sir Johnny and his team, for successfully conducting and completing the Catechist Conclave in a blessed manner. So let's all raise to our feet and give them a round of applause. Thank you all. Please be seated. So, you might be thinking like, I open up this so maybe many Bible verses might come up. But no, there are some which I'll read out later. Anyway, so I stand here on behalf of our Nagaland Catholic Youth Movement to share some of my experiences as a youth leader. Of course, after taking up this NCYM, it's not been very long. Just in the month of April, I took over. But due to COVID, things could not be mobilized in a very quick way. But slowly, by God's grace, situation is turning good. So now we are trying our best that we reach to our youth. As our youth, they expect a lot from us. So, as my personal experience, first of all, let me read out this. Like, not all will be called to a religious vocation, but each are called to serve Him, worship Him, and grow in holiness through the plans that God has for our life. This particular sentence, it really touches me. You know, to be very honest, when I was in high school, it was during my high school days that I studied from Don Bosco. So there was an announcement given by Father that whoever wants to go for priesthood, they can go up, they can register the name, we will be taken up to Kohima. So with two thoughts, I said yes. One, I did not see Kohima. So I thought, that time I will see Kohima, plus I will go for the priesthood. That time, you know, like things were like in dilemma. So I went up to Kohima. I was there for 3 days. We were made to study Bible, all this. And then there was an entrance kind of thing. I never imagined that we will be called up after that entrance. I did not study much. So after the result was out, I came to know that I was not selected. So I came down, but you know this particular verse, like, not all will be called to a religious vocation, but each of us, we are called to serve Him, worship Him, and grow in His holiness through the plans that God has for all of us. That, as with years, as I take up this, by involving myself in the youth ministry and all, this particular sentence really touched me. I came to realize that God has a plan for all of us. Maybe that was not God's plan that I joined during that time as to the priesthood level. But now in this platform, in this NCYM platform, as well as I'm also the president of Holy Cross Parish Dimapur. I feel some of you must be familiar with my face. I'm familiar with some of our brothers here. So with all my with all this platform, I feel that God really has a plan for all of us. And today, I should say, becoming a priest is a calling from God that you all have answered. And I really thank you for doing so. And in the Gospel, according to St. John, it says, Jesus instructs us that we should not work for food that perishes, but for the food that endures for eternal life. And when we see our present society, our present world, we see that many of us, we endure for the food not for eternal life, but for instant pleasures or for instant. So I feel like you, as a priest, like within no time you all will be priests. So I feel that this is the right path that you all have chosen. And in this context, if we look around the world, we feel that you are the chosen ones who can really work for the food that will endure for eternal life, and not the food that perishes with the end of this earthly life. So this is a big responsibility that is bestowed upon you by God. And even in the letter to the Saint Paul to the Romans, it writes, "For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. But how can they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how can they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without someone to preach? And how can people preach unless they are sent?" When we read this particular passage, as a common man, there will be so many common people. When we read this particular passage, we are like in a dilemma. We have so many questions. See, all these questions really bother us, like to think us like. But you know, when we see the end result, I feel that you all are the answer to all these questions. The questions that we as a common people we are having right now. And you should be very thankful that you are the answer to all these questions that our present generation, and I feel that all of us will agree that these are the most relevant questions that is bothering us as a common people. And you all are the one who is answer to all these questions. And when we see the present world, we see that, you know, how priests are looked upon. We look priests as a role model, to be very honest. And see, here I don't have to impose on you, but you know, nowadays we see so many modern cars, right? So even if how good or how experienced driver you are, once you close the door or once you start an engine, now automatically the system that is installed in the car, they will tell us to wear your seat belt. Of course you know that. And then even if our door is not locked properly, it will instruct us. Just that way, I just wanted to share 2 points here. Of course I know you all are doing that, but you know, as human beings, we all are human beings. As Sir has said, like, we all are human beings. So sometimes it's not that we neglect or we knowingly forget things, but you know, as there's a saying, to err is human. So sometimes we forget things. So here I would like to talk on two particular things to ponder on each of you brothers out here. First, like, see, I know like in this seminary you have been learning a lot, and then you have got lots of ideas and strategies, and with the years or with the days by, you know, theological teachings must be getting deeper as well as stronger day by day, right? I believe, right? So, but see, as a brothers, Sundays or some days, like you may be invited. The problems that churches are facing right now, maybe not a major problem, but which you think that it's a problem, and you know that you can fix it. And I know you all can fix that problem. But what I want to tell you is like, right now, right here in this place, I feel that you should now, I'm not saying that you cannot do, you can do that, you can fix the problem, but for me, I feel that time has not come for you. Now here, for you all, what you have to do is, you just have to sit and you have to open your ears. And I wanted to tell you all that here, if you can give 10 times of your time listening rather than speaking, I think in the latter days, it will really, when the right time comes and when you execute at the right time, I feel that you will prosper and you will progress. And another point is like prayer. See, as you continue studying, I feel that there is a saying which says like, strong seminarian is the one who acknowledges his weakness. I'm not sure how many of us do that. A strong seminarian is the one who acknowledges his weakness. So I feel like in these theology studies, if you just study only the theological part, like maybe you may come out with good grades and all, you may excel very well, but what I mean to say here is, when you are doing your theological studies, of course, as already said in the before also we have said that you all are brave, but when you are doing your theological studies, and if you carry out all your studies by surrendering, if you carry out every little thing that you do by keeping Lord in the first place, I think later on it will the fruit will be more tasty and more fruitful. And as I said, like when last month when I went to St. Joseph College, St. Joseph School, the place where we had our catechist conclave, that time I was with the youth during their St. Joseph Youth Day. So one youth came to me and he asked me, "Sir, are you not brother?" He told me like that. So I just looked at him and I asked him one question. "Oh, in what way you are telling me like, or what made you say that?" Then he told me, "The way I was moving around with the brothers in Holy Cross or during our volleyball tournament there in Chaluki and all, and even in the Holy Cross, they saw me. And then they told me that I thought I was also one of the brothers." Then that moment, that what strikes me is how our youths look up to you. See, it's when we are with a good company, there is always a saying that when we are with a good company, we try to inculcate the good things in us, right? So that particular thing strike me like, maybe because I was with the brothers and with your good company and the way you all were instructing us, or the way we were all performing that made them realize that I was also a brother among you all. So as I said, remember that priests are the role models. And you know, when we give someone as a role model, we usually have some certain criteria. We want certain criteria in our role models, right? So for me, I feel that for any youth to be a role model for any priest, I think that this particular character, caring, compassion, and understanding, I think these three are one of the most important for any youth of our Catholic to take you as a role model. And as you carry on with your studies, we pray and we assure that we will continue praying for us, and then may your life be filled with love, hope, and happiness as you continue your seminary studies. And then I thank you all for the service that you have chosen. May God bless all, and later on we would like to see that we all come to your day of ordination. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Lawrence, the President at NCYM. Yes, we have different callings. Thank you for failing that time. Because of that, only you are here with us as a youth leader. Like he said, God has a purpose for every one of us. So God has a purpose that Dr. Lawrence should lead our Catholic youths one day. So that was his goal. So let us listen to what God has planned for us. Let us not live by others, but live and listen to your heart and listen to God's word, what He is speaking to us. I now give the time to our Nagaland Catholic Women Association. They may not be looking like actresses, they may not sing like those beautiful vocalists, artists, but they are here with us with lots of love. So kindly listen.
Let us welcome our mothers to the stage.
Praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We are representing Nagaland Catholic Women Association. We are here, as our secretary has said, we may not be able to sing up to your expectation because we are not singers. But here we are going to present this song out of the love which we have for our brothers, our seminarians. And we can also say our sons, because we are mothers. Today we are calling you as sons, but tomorrow you will be our fathers. That is how God planned for us. And we thank God for His plan. Here, while sitting here, something came to my mind that priest, the meaning of priest and the real of priest, no one can take the place of a priest. That is so true. Priests are wonderful, priests are holy, priests are precious for us and very important for us laymen. Without priests, we cannot live, as a Catholic, we cannot live a true Catholic life. And I am a lay association of Arcelian Franciscan Lay Association. I am an active member there. So there I came across the story of Saint Francis of Assisi, and that story always stick to my mind. How? When he was asked that to whom he will greet first, if a priest and an angel coming towards him, then he said that angel is someone who is so superior. He is a superior being. He is always with God and working for God. But I will greet first my priest because he is the one which he can do what an angel cannot do. He will give me the body and blood of Christ. So that is the greatest thing a priest can do. So I'm sure that one day, as our NCYM president has said, that you will come and receive the body and blood of Christ from your hand. God bless you.
I tell you what I am that was born of it. All the kindness is strong. Lord, tell me, Jesus, I praise Thee. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know and I think that so help me, Jesus. My soul sings trying to keep years away. I can try to bring the better of you. Yes, I can show someone what a gift to myself. On my heaven to you. Lord, help me, Jesus. I praise God. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. But now that I know that I need it, so help me, Jesus. My soul sings. Lord, help me, Jesus. I praise God. So help me, Jesus. I know what I am. Now that I know that I need it, so help me, Jesus. My soul sings. My soul's in your hands.
So I want you not to judge from size, color. So they are the Celtic women, the Hillsong Celtic Women of Catholic Association of Nagaland. Thank you so very much, my dear mothers, for presenting Christ to us through your melodious voice and presenting us for the glory of God. And yes, I also want to thank all of you once again. Like we have already said before, we did not come to give you gold and myrrh, but here we are with lots of love. And once again, I thank the Women Association, the Catholic Association of Nagaland, led by our President Sir Johnny. And yes, thank you so much, Father Jason, for having us with full of love and attention towards us. As I have already mentioned, we are from disaster management, so we have the quick response team. We are the quick response teams. With a short notice also, you have prepared so much for all of us, so I wanted to thank all of you, my dear brothers, who are here. And I also want to tell that legends come in limited edition in the end. Yes, we all know that legends do really come in limited editions. Like I said before, many are chosen, but few are selected. So continue to be the legends, continue to live a legendary life for the glory of God. As we all know that this is one true universal church called, can I have the response? Called? Yes, which is called the Universal Catholic Church. Let us all live a life for the glory of God. As you have already chosen this path, let us live together. I also assure you, my dear young brothers, that we, the Catholic Association, we, the laity leaders, are always there with a humble prayers for you. So if there is anything where we can help you, kindly let us know. We will also leave our phone numbers behind with Father. So if you are willing to welcome us again, we would really love to come and have interaction with you again. So once again, thank you so very much. This is Lady in Service. Thank you.
The performances that our lay leaders presented to us were all amazing. I am mystified, petrified, mesmerized by their performances. Today I heard a lot of Bible quotations. However, I don't have any Bible quotations at hand, but I would like to present to you all the books of the New Testament through a choral piece. Now we have the vote of thanks. I, on behalf of the community of Jesus, would propose the vote of thanks. It is not easy to lead people. To achieve even a little in influencing them for good is to do a great deal, says Joseph Massman. It is an honor for us to have you in our midst. The modern world is being carried along at a rapid pace, and its motive power is derived from leaders, says James R. H. The church too is carried along not only by the Holy Father, the bishops, priests, religious, but also by lay leaders. The church consists of the people, and being a lay leader is also a vocation. So, dear leaders of the people, you are all very important for the growth of the church. Thank you for sacrificing your valuable time to pay us a visit. We salute you for your endeavors. We appreciate your role as leaders of the church. We wish you great success for your undertakings, and we assure you our prayers and support. Once again, it is an honor for us to have you in our midst. We are mystified, once again, petrified, stupefied, and mesmerized by you all. Once again, may God bless you all. We shall all go for a photo session outside.